now that instead of talking about a game with no voice acting in it, how about we get into a game that has voice acting in it?
キャベツソフト
Okay, well, maybe speak up a little.
アメージンググレイス
That's better. Oh Lord, okay. Look, I already told you, you're a bit too down bad for the character. If Kyrie was a vampire, okay. You know what? If any of them were a vampire. You know what? Yo, if the girl from Itadaki Sekai didn't become a MILF when she drank blood, she would be your favorite character. Can Aotori be your next YouTube series after everything? It depends, alright? Because it's gonna have to happen after Amazing Grace. But Amazing Grace is already gonna be replacing Irosekai, probably. Please? Well, I don't have Aotori. So, still issue. That doesn't mean... Look, maybe instead of giving me Aotori, just give me the... Just tip me the amount that it costs. I mean... Look, all I'm gonna say is you're gonna have to wait a while, alright? There's a bunch of visual novels that I'm gonna be playing, including 9-9, before Aotori. So, you know. I don't like... Well, play Aotori before 9-9. Yeah, but I'm playing Amazing Grace. So... We need you to play a Purple Software. Who's we, alright? Look, I get that the VODs for Amazing Grace are getting some views, alright? But they aren't transferring over to the Twitch channel, alright? Unfortunately. Alright, anyway, last time we played... Kyrie fucking died. And then she got revived again. And now she has a revenge plan. A revenge plot against the other characters. And the first started... She died? Yeah, she had the grayed out sprite. And the first step of her plan was to embarrass Yune by showing how shit of an actress she is. In her movie. And then the second part of the plan is to blow up the school. Wait. maybe not that far. No, maybe not that far. But, anyway, let's just jump into it, shall we? Yeah. I don't know what else to say. So, yeah. Also, I kind of figured out how, to prevent the cursor from disappearing. Right? It's a bit iffy, right? But when you know, play through on Magpie, right? You play through the visual novel, right? You're pressing enter because you're not clicking like a troglodyte. You know, you don't want you don't want the mic to pick up on your clicking, like it always does when you aren't playing the visual novel, or you still are. So then, when you eventually keep going through the game, and then you see the cursor disappear, and that's when you can alt tab out without having the cursor disappear. Something like that. That's kind of how it works. I work from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow, but I have to be ready at 6:40 a.m. since my aunt is taking me. Yikes. Sounds like a skill issue to me. Anyway. I don't know why I have a separate save here. But anyway, let's just load in. There you go. Having long since finished dinner, I'm hanging out near the entrance of the door, making small talk with Yune. When Yune suddenly leaps to her feet.
どうしたの急に。ごめんなさい。思い出しちゃって。
Is it just me or are they a bit quiet? Hang on. Put you up a bit. Sure. More Renaissance nipples. Yep. What?
リンゴ。
While I'm taken aback by her bizarre outburst, Kotaha appears to realize something.
なるほど。アドベントだから。そうなんです。うっかりしてた。
Put Kyrie as the portrait. Okay, hang on. Fine, I guess I'll do that. Kyrie. There. You're not gonna see it anyway, so... What's this about an apple? Isaac Newton? I know that anime, that visual novel. I know it's a fruit, but it makes absolutely no sense in this context.
シュウ君はツリーを見たことがある？
What tree?
ないと思います。森までは行ってないので。
Oh, this scene. An extremely significant scene story-wise. Oh, right.
なるほどね。
Great.
実は森をちょっと入ったところにクリスマスツリーと呼ばれてる大きな木があるんだけど。
The Christmas tree. If it's in the woods, it must be considerably bigger than the trees people keep in their homes.
クリスマスまでに町のみんなで飾り付けをするんだ。当日は人だかりができるくらい。
Wow. Sounds like fun.
町の人たちは誰でもツリーに飾り付けができて、クリスマスにはすっごく豪華になってるんだよ。
I see.
そこでユネが飾り付けるのがリンゴのオーナメントというわけだね。
Well, as long as it's not an actual apple.
私は毎年アドベントが始まったらすぐ飾りをつけるようにしてるの。でも今日はうっかり忘れちゃってて。
You can't do it tomorrow?
誰かに先を越されたくないから。
Clearly determined, she heads for the front door. Wait, hang on. Let me read that again. I usually put it up every year as soon as Advent starts. I completely forgot this year though. But didn't they already say that they don't have any memories of before they entered the academy? So when she says every year, does she only mean last year? I'm confused.
言うね。もうすぐ門限になるよ。
No, that is Shu. But didn't Sakuya say that? Didn't Sakuya say that Never mind. Actually, no. She said that Hang on. All right. No, I'm confusing myself. I'm not thinking of the high school. I'm thinking of the school before them. The middle school? Sure. I've come to learn that Yune, unlike Kyrie, is more or less a model student. The internal struggle painted on her face over breaking curfew shows how important this tradition is to her. And considering that Kyrie often visits Kotoha in her room past curfew, I think Kotoha's just given up on Kyrie at this point. In that case, excuse me, Kotoha.
夜に外を一人で出歩くのは危ない。女の子で行き先が森ならなおさらだ。
What about me though?
けれど、ここにいるシュウ君がユネに付き添ってくれるというなら、話は別だ。
Look, all I'm saying is that Kotoha seems pretty lax with the rules.
それに、私もそろそろ寝る時間だから、うっかり見過ごすこともあるかもしれない。
シュウ、コトハさん、ありがとう。
I didn't say I'd do anything. I just thought I'd pose a hypothetical suggestion. Kotoha is truly a kind soul.
ユネが毎年真っ先に飾りをつけに行ってるのは知ってるしね。けど、十分気をつけるんだよ。あと、くれぐれもリリー先生には見つからないように。
はい。
With that, the two of us slip out into the night.
こんな時間に出歩く人なんていないよ。
Kotoha is the female dorm manager. What? Yeah? What does that have to do with anything? That's why she's like, she's the enforcer. I thought you forgot. No, I didn't forget. No one but us, of course. It's just before 10 at night by the main street, but the main street is completely deserted. Considering the cold air and the lack of lighting around town, it makes sense.
でも本当にいいの？私がツリーにリンゴの飾り付けるだけなんだけど。
It'll be fine. I want to see this tree too anyway. There's no way I could let Yune go alone, especially if the town's this deserted. Plus, there's a certain thrill from sneaking out of the dorm while trying not to get caught by our teacher. The Christmas tree is just inside the forest, right?
うん。歩くけど、オンネトよりはよっぽど近いから。
We start walking down the main street, Yune holding onto her handmade apple ornament. You really put up that apple every year? I mean, you and your dementia, you know. Look, I only have it when I don't care much for the characters, alright? Just because I forget the characters in Dragnar Academy a lot doesn't mean that I'm gonna forget the characters in Amazing Grace. Okay? There's a difference. Especially since the first stream was 3 hours long. Of basically Amazing Grace. There really isn't. What do you mean? I've spent a lot more time with Amazing Grace than Ragnar Academy. I know what you're not getting at here.
思い出せないくらい小さな頃から、もう恒例になっちゃって。
It seems there's one giant Christmas tree shared by everyone in town. Look, all I'm saying is that there is a difference, because in a visual novel, I'm constantly saying the names of the characters, okay? Sometimes I might forget the names of the main character, but that's because I'm not the one saying his name, alright? I sometimes forgot Tsumugu's name in My Clutzy Cupid, or Satoru's name in Riddle Joker, or Yuma's name in... But Dementia's pretty bad. Look, I already told you there's a difference. Alright? I might forget characters in anime because I'm not saying the names constantly, okay? But, you know, I remember the names of the girls in Gushing Over Magical Girls. I remember those girls' names, alright? Sometimes. Maybe not the last maybe not the last two characters that joined the main group, but you know, I remember Loco. It's not her actual name. I don't remember the blue-haired girl's name. Anyway, and Yune's pride and joy is being the first one every year to put up the very first ornament.
明日の朝とか誰かに先越されたら悔しいから。
Why do you have to be first?
アドベントが始まってツリーに初めての飾りをつけると願いが叶うって言われてるの。
Then what was your wish every other year that you put the ornament up first? I see. But if that were true, wouldn't there be a bunch of people clamoring to be the first? Well, no, because, you know, because just like Santa, right? It's probably another superstition that Yune has come up with.
ないと思うけどな。普通の人はイブくらいに行くから。
It seems Yune just likes to be first.
私はここ数年負けなしなの。だから今年も一番星をもらう。
Well, you've got 2 more hours before you never mind. Looks like I don't have a chance to this time, huh?
また来年ね。
Next year. Will I still be here? Can I even go back to where I came from? Everyone here has welcomed me with such open arms, and yet I quickly lose myself in the starry night sky, dwarfing my worries in its vastness. Wow.
着いた。
There's another thing, right? Oh, well, first of all, I may have forgotten to get rid of my blankie. There's another thing, right? Why I have the feeling that, why I have a feeling that the main, fucking, look, I already forgot it. I forgot his name. Dementia strikes again. Shut up, alright? It's not my fault that I don't constantly say his name. Shu. There you go. Wow. The only the reason I think Shu isn't perceived as much of a threat, right, is because of his dementia. It's because of his amnesia, right? So if he didn't have amnesia, he'd be able to tell everyone that the outside world is not destroyed. Right? And then, you know, it might break the... It might ruin the, how would I say? The balance? Not really. But, like... People would want to see the outside world if they knew that it wasn't destroyed, right? So then it would pose a threat to the ice wall. I guess. By the sounds of it, it doesn't really sound like you can do anything to it, but, you know. It takes a moment for her words to hit me. This tree is slightly greener than the trees behind it. I look up and immediately see it towering in front of us. It is the same height as the other trees. What is the difference between this one and the others? Is it because there's less tree in front of it. I don't know. It's bigger than I ever imagined.
でしょでしょ。
It might be 10, no, 20 meters tall. It is wider, I think. I guess. It is the perfect image of a Christmas tree, with perfectly symmetrical branches all the way around. Is this a fir tree?
エゾマツって種類だったはず。
Evergreen. An evergreen tree. Also, how the fuck does Shu know what a fir tree is? What happened to his amnesia? Is he a treeologist? Never mind. I won't pretend to be a tree expert, but I'm pretty sure that's close enough. Just say pine, okay? It's close. Pine tree is close enough. You don't need to go specific. Don't need to go more specific than that.
よし、今年も私が一番乗りだ。
Just call it a Christmas tree. She's practically jumping for joy, seeing the tree still free of decoration. There are no man-made lights, but the small clearing is illuminated by the stars shining brightly from above. I'm glad.
週にもお裾分け。
Huh? She hands me something round. Is this an ornament?
そう、私と同じでリンゴの飾り。
It's hard to see in the dark, but I can tell it's smooth and round. But didn't you just talk about how the surrounding is illuminated by the stars?
私のは赤いリンゴなんだけど、そっちは青リンゴなの。一緒につけよう。
Yeah, and then she's like, "Is this a Granny Smith apple?" Never mind. Sure, you first though.
もち。
I'm content being second as long as I could help her achieve her dream of being first. I've seen a lot of Christmas ornaments like this one, but why is it an apple?
それはエデンの園に生えてた木だからでしょ。
Shut up about the audio, alright? It is wider, I think. What was that about Eden? Fuck. That apple, huh?
それはエデンの園に生えてた木だからでしょ。
Oh, I see. Why do you have a green one then? I'd asked the question out of idle curiosity, although the answer seems pretty obvious.
アダムとエヴァが食べた禁断の果実、それがなってた木を模してクリスマスツリーは生まれたはずだよ。
I didn't know. This is as usual beyond my area of expertise. The knowledge everyone in town seems to take for granted is common continues to create clear cultural divides between us.
どこにつけようかな。
Can you put it anywhere?
うん、私じゃあんまり高いとこは届かないから頑張ってこのくらい。
She does her best to reach high over her head.
ここで結んで。
Mind speaking up? I can't hear you over the music. Hang on. Let me do that again. Not that much better. Whatever. She has a thin branch in one hand and is tying her apple to it.
できた。これで今年も一番星。
Don't forget about your wish.
そう。
Instead of wishing on a star, she wishes on a Christmas tree ornament. She clasps her hands in front of her chest as if praying and gazes at the apple. I wish I had a boyfriend. And then she turns to Shu. She then speaks to the divine fruit.
この町にアメイジンググレイスが訪れますように。
She said the name of the game. Her smile shines brighter than any star. Amazing Grace. What color are your attributes? Wait, hang on. Is it R or is? Hang on. Speaking of Amazing Grace, I haven't changed the name. I mean, game. Yeah, let me do this first. Also, shut up, me. It is, right? It's what color is your attribute? I've fucking ruined it. The blessing that saved the town from destruction. Well, you know, that's what Sister Lily tells us.
ほら、シュウも。
Okay. I hang my apple next to hers, seeing as she picked that spot out specifically. A perfect pair of apples.
一緒に願いが叶うといいね。
As I attach my apple to the branch, her thoughtfulness fills me with warmth. The red and green apples rest side by side, just like the two of us standing on the ground. A wish, huh? Everything I've experienced since arriving here flashes through my mind. I wish I had my memories back. Should I wish to return to the outside world? No. I realize right away that's not what I want. I'm happy with how things are, but if I had to wish, I wish for my memories back. I told you! In that instant, flashbang. Oh shit. That's not what I wanted. I'm blinded by light. For a moment, I think it's Yune's flashlight, but it's not. It's Sister Lily's, I don't know. This blinding light illuminating the darkness. It's... What the fuck? The light is coming from the apple we hung on the tree not a moment before. Excuse me? Now you've got an enchanted golden apple from Minecraft. I wasn't expecting them to light up like that.
なにこれ？私も知らないよ。こんなの。
Hey, at least I got a CG this time, unlike last VOD/episode. All right. Huh? I assumed the ornament had been designed to do just that, and am taken aback by her answer. Then what's going on? Clearly, it's because Yune should have been hanging up the green apple instead.
わかんない。どうしよう。
The light is dazzling, making it seem as bright as the middle of the day. It's too bright to look at directly, but I know in my heart it's coming from the apples.
触っていいのかな？
I mean, you're touching it right now, aren't you? She hesitates, reaches out with both hands. Wait. She hesitantly reaches out with both hands. Yeah, okay. That was a typo in my brain. Her hands are cupped almost instinctively, as if some sixth sense is guiding her. Jesus Christ. And then, after a moment...
光が。
Well, you've ruined it. The supernatural light suddenly goes out, leaving Yune holding her apple. the same as it was before. Just as we're about to ask each other what just happened.
シュン、これ見て。
Huh? Just as the light fades, Yune turns to me, shouting excitedly, as if she found something. The apple is a bit too realistic, alright? And then... Huh?
落ちちゃった。
I hear two things hit the ground. With the faint glow from the stars above guiding me, I immediately realized the apples we'd tied to the tree are now on the ground. They're a bit too realistic. Maybe not the green apple. That's a bit too green, I guess. No, well, the red apple's a bit, yeah, okay, never mind. They fell, huh? Should we put them back up?
うん、よく見てよ、シュン。ほら。
Oh wait. My cluelessness only seems to make Yune more upset. I think I figured it out. There's no way whatever she found could be that strange.
ほら、リンゴ。リンゴだよ。
Yeah, that's right. It's my apple.
そうじゃなくて、これ本物のリンゴなの。
Yeah, I figured it out. Shut up, alright? Fuck you, Yune. She figured it out before me. I was like, hang on. How did they hang these apples on the tree? And then I realized, oh wait, it's because they're not ornaments anymore. Fuck me. My blood runs cold when I realize the enormity of her words. But I know she wouldn't joke about something like that, like this. Just bite into it, that's how you can tell. There's no way that's possible.
うん。
She hands the two apples to me. Dementia strikes for the millionth time. This is not dementia, alright? I thought it was just, you know, artistic liberty or something. The shape is the same as before, but they feel heavier and more substantial. I don't remember them being this heavy.
こんなに重くなかったし、中身もしっかりしてなかったし。
At the end of the day, the two apples are nothing more than simple ornaments. So what's going on? They both suddenly feel like real apples.
誰かこの上にいるの？
She tilts her head back, but there's no sign of life besides us. There's also no more ornaments left, so that wouldn't be true. Besides, the branches are so thin, there's no way they could support human weight. I don't think so. This isn't an apple tree.
絶対違う。毎年見てるけど、リンゴどころか花が咲いたのだって見たことないし。
Of course, apples only come from apple trees. You also haven't seen any flowers on them because you probably haven't seen this tree outside of winter. Okay?
リンゴの飾りが本物になっちゃった？
There's no way that could happen. Yet, the apples that fell from the tree are none other than the ornaments we strung up earlier. These are definitely not random apples tossed out from the darkness. In that case, what do we do now? It seems obvious what our next step is.
確かめるしかないんじゃない？
See? You need to eat them. You mean... How can we check to see if the apples in our hands are real? The answer is so simple, even a child could figure it out.
食べる？
Yeah, but what if this is just reenacting Adam and Eve, alright? and then taking a bite out of the apple is like opening Pandora's box. You're serious? Just one bite and we'll know for sure. That was going through my head as well. Yeah. They already made the analogy that the apple is the same as the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. So, like... And if it's fake, we'll know right away.
シュリンゴ好きって言ってたよね。
Why are you looking at him like that? I mean, I do, but...
ガブリと言っちゃえ。
Eating something that just mysteriously appeared before us doesn't feel right. This happening to Newton was one thing, but it's a little creepy when that apple plonks to the ground out of nowhere. Okay, you didn't need to talk about Newton like that. Besides, we have no idea if this apple really came from the tree or not. Well then, where are the ornaments that you just hung up? Alright, explain that.
私も毎年飾り付けはしてたけど、こんなのは初めてだよ。落ちることだってなかったのに。
Are you saying that she's been hanging up both ornaments by herself? Looking closer, I realize the string is still tied to the tree. Only the apple itself, the actual fruit, fell to the ground. I hung up my apple, made my wish, and then the light appeared, and the apple fell.
たまたまじゃないよね。
Regardless of how frequently this happens, the apples must have come from somewhere. I stare at the fruit in my hand doubtfully, so reluctant to bite into it. This is just the origin story of Steve Jobs and the creation of Apple, alright? He already has the phone, right? He just needs a brand, and that's what the apple is. That's what the apple represents. And when he takes a bite out of it, it'll look like the logo. Never mind. If you're really that worried about it being poisoned or something, either toss it aside or bring it back. And yet, that's not how it happens, Dementia Man. Well, you know, this is not... I don't remember there being an ice wall in Japan, alright? I can't do any of that, because there's something special radiating from the fruit.
女は蛇に言った。
Just a little jump scare.
私たちは園の木の実を食べることは許されていますが、園の中央にある木の実だけは触れるな。死んでしまうからと神に言われました。
See? Even Shu understands the implications.
すると、蛇は女に言った。あなた方が死ぬことはないでしょう。その実を食べると、あなた方の目が開け、神のように善悪を知るものとなることを神は知っておられるのです。
So the Garden of Eden is in Japan, I guess. I already made the analogy that this is essentially the Garden of Eden, didn't I? At like the second episode. The Tree of Knowledge from the Garden of Eden. The verse from Genesis, Sister Lily read to us, springs to mind. The serpent persuades Adam and Eve to eat the forbidden fruit, and they are exiled from paradise. So you're saying that Yune is the serpent. What is this paragraph? The book of Genesis describes the Garden of Eden as the source of 4 rivers, and some suggest it may be located. It may have been located at the head of the Perusian Gulf in South Mesopotamia or in Armenia. The Genesis account also mentions the Tigris and Euphrates. I don't know what the pronunciation is. Rivers, which may have inspired the location of the Garden of Eden. These 2 rivers meet near the Perusian Gulf in the area in Iraq and Iran. I'm not surprised that the Garden of Eden would be located around there, considering that that is also close to Jerusalem, you know, where and well, Bethlehem, I guess, where Jesus was born. Jerusalem is where he essentially grew up and spent most of his life there. Is it? Yes. If it were the first, if we were the first humans on Earth, eating this would give us the knowledge of good and evil.
でも神様に禁じられたリンゴを食べれば永遠の命が手に入る。
There is a Bethlehem in Pennsylvania. Okay, look, just because you stole the name of a city in Iraq or Iran, I don't know where it is. It doesn't mean that's where Jesus was born. Don't they get kicked out of the garden for eating it though?
そう、神様はね、知恵の実を食べて知識をつけた人間が命の木、もう一つのリンゴに手を出さないよう楽園から追放したの。
So what you're saying is that eating the fruit will banish Yune and Shu out of this place. I still don't know what it's called. In that case, there's a chance that if we eat this, we'll be banished. I'm not sure if I want that.
まあ、聖書と同じことが起こるなんて思えないけど。
She chuckles, amused. I guess we aren't really Adam and Eve.
じゃあ、一緒に行こう。私は赤で、シュウは青。
See, just like in the Bible, Eve is tempting Adam into eating the apple. I don't know. Look, all right. Yeah. It is a silly. It is a silly. Fuck. It is a city. I didn't steal it. Well, maybe not you, but you know. But what if?
私たちが結んだリンゴなんだもん。もしかしたらこれで願いが叶うかもしれないし。
She seems determined to go through with it.
私たちが2人でいたのも、リンゴが2つ落ちてきたのも、なんだか運命みたいな。
Nothing bad can happen from one bite, right?
そうそう、そもそもただの飾りだったんだから。
If it's good, eat it. If it's bad, spit it out. Easy as pie. And if it's poisoned, then God rest my soul.
それじゃ
To our health. And then... Oh, yuck, there's fucking styrofoam in here. It was fake the whole time. We bite into the forbidden fruit. And then I die. Chapter 2, finally, part 1. The fall of the Fete Galante. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it just Fet? Oh, the 3rd of December. I mean, 12/3. I open my eyes to the sun shining through my window. What day is it? I was trying to get a yawn out. I glance around the room, but there's no calendar, obviously, considering I basically have no belongings. Well, you have the bird, don't you? Oh, wait, Advent started tomorrow. Advent started tomorrow? Which means today must be Monday. You mean yesterday? Also, I wasn't the only one who heard that, right? Advent started tomorrow. That is such a weird sentence. In other words, a school day. I feel my high spirits immediately wilt at the thought of all those awful art classes. But if I'm going to keep up with everyone, then I need to work hard. Time to get up and get ready. Yikes. I'm startled from my reverie as a loud banging on my door. Who could be visiting this early in the morning? I mean, it's Yune. What does she want? I can't either. Her hair is a mess and tangles, is a mess of tangles and curls. Like she'd literally just roll out of bed. What's wrong? Breakfast isn't ready yet.
どうしたのっていうか、私にもそれがわからないっていうか。
She quickly realizes that we're not on the same page.
シュウ、昨日のことを覚えてる？
I don't think he remembers anything. Last night? What is she talking about? Oh! I remember. Well, that much at least.
だから、私とシュウでリンゴを飾りに行って、それで二人でお願い事をしたら、飾りが急に光り始めて、そしたら本物のリンゴが落ちてきて。
Okay, stop doing the flashing, alright? I'm gonna have to put an epileptic warning on the VOD if this keeps happening. And we ate them.
うんうん。
I can't remember what happened next, and Yune isn't stepping forward to fill me in.
その後どうなったんだっけ？
It seems like she doesn't remember either. Did I take one bite or eat the whole thing? I don't even remember what it tasted like. Considering we're here safe and sound, means we must have walked back at some point. Or they passed the fuck out after they took a bite of the apple and got carried back by Sister Lily or someone.
不思議。シュウも覚えてないんだ。気づいたら寝てたし。
I say Sister Lily because I don't trust her, and she seemed like the type who would do that. Maybe the tree granted our wishes, or something like that. Well, if it granted your wishes, then you'd have your memories, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Shu?
だとしたらロマンチックだよね。
Her bright smile is free of sarcasm.
やっと終わった。飯だ飯だ。シュウ、大丈夫？
I don't think he is. Yeah. I'm still having difficulties keeping up in class. My skill level is so laughably low that there's no point in even complaining about it.
お邪魔します。一緒に帰りましょう、ヨネ先輩。はーい。
You coming, Kyrie?
終わり。私琴音と一緒に帰るんだ。
Okay. We'll all end up together at the cafeteria for lunch eventually anyway.
それにしても寒いですね。12月なので当然ですけど。
Yeah, I wonder why it'd be freezing considering that you've still got you've forgotten to button up your top. The rest of it, I mean.
先輩方？
そうだよね。
Yep, looks really good on you.
何も聞いてませんでしたね。
I've hurt my gaze, which is exactly what Yune is doing.
二人ともどこか上の空です。悪いものでも食べましたか？
Just an apple. Something bad?
食べたかもしれない。
There's no way I could say what happened. It's too ridiculous to believe. From what I could tell at least, both of us are the same as we've always been. With worry clouding my thoughts, we arrive at the dorm.
昨夜悪いんだけど先に帰ってもらってもいい？
Okay, look, it's been 9 minutes. I don't want audio issues already. Where is it? Amazing Grace. Thanks to the hydrate. I don't know what's going on anymore. Thanks for the stretch. I thought I had how would I say? I thought I had a read on some things, but you know, the only thing I do know is something that will only be revealed like near the end of the game, or at least near the end of the common route. So no, not Uru time.
はい、いいですけど、どうかしましたか？
シューと寄らなくちゃいけないところがあって。
She nods silently. It seems we've both been distracted by the same thing ever since this morning.
お昼まで時間がないや。急ごう。
We hurry toward the tree.
ちょっと急ぎすぎたかも。
The tree looks the same as last night. Our curiosity over what happened and if it changed anything has been driving us crazy all day. This is the first time I'm seeing the tree during the day, but it looks exactly as it did last night. If nothing else, the strings from our ornament are still tied to the branches. Sans apples. What? What was... no.
リンゴなんかなってないよね、当然。
Maybe someone left them. Or apples just drop from the tree occasionally. I can see better with the sunlight filtering through the branches, enough to know her hypothesis makes no sense.
リンゴの芯なんかも落ちてないもんね。
It looks more or less like an incredibly average Christmas tree with no sign whatsoever of last night's somewhat miraculous activities. Stands in wait, what is it? How's it pronounced? in American English, preposition without lacking. I see. Then just use without. It's sans serif. Okay, yeah, it is sans. We comb the surrounding area carefully, but are unable to find any trace of the apples. There's nothing. Maybe we dreamt it all.
でも私の持ってきたリンゴ飾りはなくなっちゃった。
Yeah, and the string, and you wouldn't be able to explain the string on the tree. It's a mystery, but no matter how hard we ponder the possibilities, we come up empty.
戻ろっか。もうすぐご飯だし。
I guess we'd better. You can use sans in formal or literary situations as a more sophisticated or poetic alternative to the word without. Sure, it's less common in everyday speech, but it can still be used for stylistic purposes or to add a touch of elegance to a sentence. But how does Shu know the word? Okay? It is not a common word. He should not know the word. Like, he should not have known what a fir tree is last night. We found nothing. At least there's no noticeably bad effects either. Maybe it was just a group hallucination. Now, if we can just avoid mentioning it to the others. That night. Gym class?
そうだ、明日は体育だ。毎週火曜日は体育の日でね。学年関係なくスポーツをするんだ。
That's fun to me. Or did she say regardless year? Regardless year. Yep. Every student regardless year. Gym class, huh? It's not all arts. It's not all arts at the school, or after all. I guess they value being active. Sitting around all day staring at a canvas eventually takes its toll on everyone. Maybe this will be my chance at a level playing field. It's my time to shine. I've got the feeling that you're pretty average when it comes to physical activity. You get trounced by everyone.
体育だけど明日は雪が降りそう。
Unless, you know, gym class is not the same gym class as you would expect in an actual school.
マジで余計に最高じゃん。
Why are you so pumped up?
積もれば雪で遊べますから。
Of course. Of course. Takuya seems pretty happy about it as well. She might be more into sports than I thought.
ユネがそう言うからには当たるんだろうな。
What? He forgot about STDs as well. Okay. Is there any hentai that has a character with an STD? No. Because, that'd be too realistic. Can she predict the weather or something? Can she do divinations like, Haku? From Irosekai?
そんなことないけど、ただ昔からよく当たるの。
感覚が鋭いんだろうね。実際雨の日の前は空気がベタついたりするようだし。
カエルなんかも雨の日がわかるって言うぞ。
私はカエルじゃないってば。ただ そう聞こえるっていうか。
Oh, so you're like a cat. You can hear it?
雪の降る前は雪の声がするの。
Yeah, that's my reaction.
そんな音はユネ先輩にしか聞き取れません。
It is a tag on Senkaku Complex. Okay, yikes.
そうかな。すぐわかると思うけど。
ユネの耳は昔っから遠くの声をよく拾うんだ。
地獄耳だね。
I vaguely remember her practically flying out of her classroom once, hearing us outside.
私の悪口言ってたらすぐにわかっちゃうもんね。
Of course. I'm sure there's no one who dared dream of doing anything other than singing her praises. The snow has a voice. Can I hear it too?
耳を澄ませば大丈夫。
I try listening intently.
よく聞け。俺は雪だ。明日お前らの寮にズンズン積もる。
Why is Kyrie a ghost now? Wow, it's crystal clear.
ごちそうさま。
俺も
We heard something, but it sure wasn't the snow. We have snow and gym to look forward to. Excitement races through my veins in anticipation of what new adventures tomorrow brings. Wow. 4/12. The 12th of April. Hang on a minute. The next day. Still can't do the SpongeBob narrator. Whoa, it really did snow. Thank God the track field is still free of snow. They...
雪だ雪だ。
Powdery snow began falling last night, just as we finished dinner, and I'd awoke into the world looking like this. I might not be Kyrie, but I understand her joy. Kyrie is so cute. Yes.
おはようございます。皆さん。今日は体育の予定でしたが、雪が積もりましたので。
Freedom.
とします。
But the track field is free of snow. I don't know who I don't know who cleaned it up, but freedom. The surprises never stop around here. At least the other students seem thrilled.
ですが、敷地内からは出ないようにしてくださいね。
何しよっかな。ソリもいいし、スキーもいいし。
Are there any hills here? How would they be able to do either of them?
何言ってんだユネ。お前はレッドチームに決まってるからな。
The red team of what?
雪合戦のチームに決まってろ。
But there isn't enough snow for it. There is a thin layer. It is not caked in the track field is not caked in snow.
気分じゃないもん。
相手チームの作戦を盗み聞くユネが必要なんだ。頼む。
しょうがないな。
A snowball fight sounds like fun.
さーて、俺はソリでも出してくるか。
Yeah, but what's a snowball? Answer me that one, Shu. How do you know what a snowball is?
私は雪だるまでも作ってようかな。
Is there enough snow for it? Everyone is suddenly free to spend their time in whatever way they want. The schoolyard is a bustle of activity, students from different grades mingling together. What should I do? Both snowball fights and skiing sound fun. I'm having trouble deciding what I want to do. Poke poke. Someone's poking me.
シュウ先輩、シュウ先輩。
As I ponder the possibilities, I suddenly hear Sakuya call my name.
こっち来てください。
Being taken away by Sakuya. Forget being able to choose who you want to spend your time with. Sakuya's already chosen for you. I dutifully follow behind her and find myself standing before a small domed structure. Is this an igloo?
はい。ささあ、どうぞ。
Oh, okay. After her insistence, I step inside.
それじゃあ私も。いしょっと。
Whoa. I'm not expecting... Why? What is... Hang on, I just got a fucking... I need to screenshot this. The problem is that it's in Japanese. Hang on. Let me do this. Image. The fuck is this? The worst part? Hang on, I know what I can do. Instead of going into trying to translate it through wait, let me see. The specified file sky 00251 does not exist. Select yes to force the process or no to cancel. Interesting. Yes. Alright, anyway, let's hope that that won't break the game or anything. You know what I can do? Right? I can save. Here. Just in case. And then... Anyway, what'd you say, Sakuya? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my computer, over the game breaking. Uh-oh. Well... There you go. Let's hope that, hmm.
キャベツソフト。
Let's get the game back at least, right?
アメイジンググレイス。
Let's see what happens if I just load back in. Okay. This time, instead of trying to replay her voice, let's just skip it, alright? Let's hope that that's a one-time thing, and that's the only voice line that has glitched out or whatever. That doesn't exist in the game files, I guess. Oh, it's so warm in here. I never want to leave. This is probably my first time in an igloo. It's frosty outside, but toasty warm inside.
でもあったかいでしょう。ぬくぬく。
Yeah, surprisingly so. I can't believe you built this so quickly. Look, Saki, I never had that problem. Well, I guess it's only an all ages version problem. Every problem that you've never had is always because it's the 18 plus. It's because it's the all ages version.
昨日の夜からせっせと作って固めました。
And did I read that? Yeah, surprisingly so. I can't believe you built it. Yeah, I did. I'm impressed. You did it all by yourself.
キド先輩に少し手伝ってもらいました。
Well, she did need an escort. Sure. He is pretty talented. Considering his mastery of sculpture, I guess his skills extend to igloo building as well. What is he doing now?
今は向こうでゴーレムを作っています。
Of course. Sounds like a lot of work.
熱々の紅茶もありますので、どうぞです。
Sure. You've got everything in here. You've got everything in here.
雪が降った時の楽しみなんです。
Her bright smile makes her look younger than she is. She is younger than you by a year. What are you talking about? It catches me off guard since she's usually so straight-faced. How come you're not out there with everyone else?
運動はあまり得意でないので、私はこうやって落ち着いてる方が好きです。
So she knew that gym class was going to be cancelled because of the snow, so she decided with Guido to build an igloo in the middle of the night while it was still snowing. It's a peaceful way to pass the time. I can faintly hear yelling from the snowball fight outside, but the thick walls muffle the noise, making it sound far away.
雪合戦の方が良かったですか？
Not at all. I've never been in an igloo before. It's really warm in here, and the tea is yummy. Yeah, I've never been in an igloo either.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Up to think of it, this is the first I've had a chance to casually chat with this is the first I've had a chance to casually chat with Sakia, just the two of us. So, yeah. She always tends to be with Yune or Kyrie. We sit there in easy silence, without a hint of awkwardness. It's almost as if time has stopped for us, inside this tiny igloo. Inside that tiny igloo, right? I'm sure it's simply an illusion, but there's an air of familiarity as well. It doesn't help with the cozy feeling too. Don't come inside, okay.
この街は慣れましたか？
Sakia breaks the silence. Mostly, though there's still lots I don't know.
シュウ先輩はまだ思い出せませんか？
No, I can still only remember bits and pieces. Although my perception of myself is rooted in being an outsider, without my memories I feel disjointed. I'm sure life would be easier if I could adapt to my environment more easily.
帰りたいって思いますか？
You will literally melt a tiny igloo. What? Not really. I give her another bluntly honest answer. I like my life here, and returning to where you came from doesn't always give the closure you yearn for.
ならずっとこの町で。
I mean, by the looks of this visual novel, I don't think he will get the chance to stay here forever, unless the realization that the world outside the ice wall is not destroyed isn't that big of a deal. Well, I hesitate. My desire to return to the outside world isn't entirely gone, just temporarily stifled.
こうやって。
Huh? He has a tight hold on my shirt. The distance between us shrinks.
ずっと一緒に過ごしたりはできませんか？
Bro. This... You cannot do this to me, okay? You... She looks up into my face, almost pleading. Her eyes, usually devoid of expression, glistens with tears as so close to my own.
なんて。
Oh fuck. Not the psych, I expected that. I bumped my mic. And then it's gone.
冗談です。
Misaki, your favorite now. She's getting there. She's immediately back to her old self, mumbling in her usual monotone. Still curious.
永遠に続くことなんてありませんから。
Yeah, still curious. There's a hint of sadness in her voice. It resonates with me in an odd way. What is this feeling? Is it because of the time we spent together? Or the weight of her words? Regardless, I can't ignore this surge of emotions I've never experienced before.
そろそろ出ましょう。生き埋めになっちゃいますよ。
I'm sure your igloo is built better than that. She makes a light-hearted quip as we leave, trying to dispel the sudden awkwardness between us. Huh?
ほう。ありゃ。
With an ominous thud, the igloo collapses. Nice.
やわな作りでしたね。
Is that a jab? Is that a jab at Giro? That was close. Thus, our snow gym class comes to an end. We all scatter to partake in our usual after-school activities. What should I do now? Wait, so after gym, there's nothing else. Okay, here's the thing, right? I had a similar schedule. Who was second? Sakuya. I had a similar schedule in high school, right? From Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday was a normal school day, right? Third, uni. And on Wednesday, it was always a shorter school day because at the end of the day, fourth kotaha was we would always go to fifth Sister Lily. Why still sixth? The redhead girl. We would always have like a Rinka. We would always have like an activity at the end of Wednesday where you could either like first of all, at the start of the term, there would always give you like a sheet of paper, and you would essentially like hand it back to them with what sport you want to do, right? And then every subsequent Wednesday, you would participate in that sport. Whether it was like going to the gym for people in grade 10 and above, or one of the least popular ones with laser tag, because, well, first of all, that was the furthest out from the school, because it was like it was in an actual like field, and unlike a room. There are other laser tag areas in my city that are basically just rooms, right? You've got the normal, right? Basketball, football / soccer, rugby / football, stuff like that, right? And then there was one time we got fucking chess, and of course, me being a nerd, I participated in it. That was in the height of when I really liked doing chess. Oh fuck, I did it again. But what I always did, because, you know, friends, my mates did them as well, was squash. So, well, that's not really relevant. Anyway, what I'm saying is that their Tuesday is essentially what my Wednesday was, except theirs is significantly shorter because they only have the gym day. Audio, which, don't worry about it. Also, 7th best girl is non-existent, because there are only 6 girls that I know of in this game. What should I do now? I already said that. As usual, everyone is hard at work on their personal projects. With the arrival of Advent comes the countdown to Christmas and the Culture Festival. It's clear everyone is working hard to finish on time. I checked in on what Yune, Kirie, Sakuya, and Kotaha are working on already. A bit of time has passed since then, though maybe they won't mind another friendly visit. I wonder if Yune's around. See, and unlike this time, we don't get to choose who we go to first. Even if we did, the choice wouldn't have mattered. I head towards the chapel where Yune usually practices, but is currently being used by a group of teachers for a meeting, making it unsuitable for a rehearsal space. Maybe she's in here. The second atelier is crowded with students, almost standing on top of each other, each engrossed in their own pieces. It seems to be the place to be after school, but there's no sign of Yune. Oh lord, this scene, I am worried.
Yo, どうしたシュ?
Hey Yuji, don't, every time you say, oh lord, this scene, I'm... Never mind, okay. Looks like Yuji's here at least. I should check out what he's working on. You do printmaking, right?
ああ、先輩方に比べるとまだまだだけど、最近じゃそれなりになってると思うんだよな。
Doing something you can be proud of, it must be nice. From my amateur perspective, Yuji's piece is, of course, impressive. Granted, my amateur opinion is pretty worthless in this academy.
もしシュが同伴かなんかに興味あったらいつでも手ほどきするぜ。
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
オッケー。じゃあ何しに来たんだ?
I was hoping Yune might be here.
ユネか。ユネは普段チャペルにいるけど、今日は外で見かけたな。
Why is she usually outside?
チャペルは他の人も使ってる時が多いからな。外で歌ってることも多いぜ。
She doesn't create tangible pieces of work. Her talent is singing, specifically a cappella. I'll check the courtyard.
またな。
There she is. Yeah, her specialty is a cappella because no one plays any fucking instruments in this school. I rode the courtyard to see Yune practicing her music.
あ、シュウ。
She's all by herself, and I can tell how at ease she is by the sound of her voice. Am I bothering her? Sorry for barging in while you're practicing.
大丈夫。どうしたの？
Nothing like that. I thought I'd pay everyone a visit and see what they're up to. The annual culture festival is the time of year when the students can show off their best work. With everyone putting their all into their creations, it only emphasizes my extreme lack of talent. Their extreme lack of talent. Can't practice in the chapel today?
そうなの。それにリリー先生も忙しいみたいで。
That's why she's practicing by herself. I always imagined a cappella as being performed without instruments, so I guess it's not that weird.
よかったらシュウ、聞いてってよ。
You sure? I'm happy to give you space if you feel too uncomfortable.
いいの。本番はもっと大勢のお客さん来るから慣れとかないとね。
You know what? That's a good point. She takes her craft seriously. Even during practice. I'm sure it must be tough having to practice without musical accompaniment.
でも私のためにリリー先生も時間割いてくれてるからわがままは言えないや。
Yeah, the only instrument that is played is the organ by Sister Lily. Considering her art is performance based, it makes sense she'd want to replicate as much of it as possible during rehearsal. If only there was something I could do to help. Yeah, you can help by acting as an audience member. It's freezing. I was hesitating for a bit because I was trying to make the sound. All right. But it's not Christmas yet. Why are they playing Why are they playing in the background? What is this? It's the 4th. By the time I visited each of my friends, the sun has already sunk. The sun was hidden behind the clouds or the entire time. With classes ending before noon, the afternoon always seems to stretch out endlessly, and yet the time always flies by. I'm running out of time to figure out what I want to do. There's only 20 days left until the culture festival. I have to figure out what I'm actually good at, and quickly. Well, I am not good at reading. That evening.
今日のメニューはと。お、ロールキャベツか。
あ、やったー。ポテトサラダだ。
cafeteria provides all the students with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Although we can't choose what's offered, everything is prepared for us, making it similar to the school lunches I'm used to.
先輩のロールキャベツ一つでいいんでください。
No way. I only have one.
いただきます。そういえば今まで気にしなかったけど、シュウ君にとってここの食事は大丈夫？
Oh, yeah. Everything's delicious. No problems.
そっか。外じゃもしかしたら全然違うもん食ってたかもしれないしな。
Like what? It might be a little different, but this cabbage roll looks like something I'm used to. Pretty normal. I stuffed the entire roll into my mouth, and the taste I was expecting instantly fills my mouth. Don't stop.
どうですか？
Very good, but I feel like there's something missing. It's perfectly palatable as a cabbage roll, with just a hint of sweetness from the cabbage. But a part of me feels as if the taste is just slightly different from what I'm used to.
単純に味付けの違い？
I mean, that would make sense. Maybe. It looks the same as how I remember, but but it's missing the pasta.
パスタ？
外じゃロールキャベツにパスタ入れんのか？想像もつかねえけど。
It's weird. I call it pasta, but it's only a couple noodles. Actually, wait. Okay, look. What the commas are a bit are weird sometimes. Yeah. I call it pasta, but it's only a couple noodles actually, and they're used to tie rolls together.
へえ、なんか私たちの知ってるのとちょっと違うんだね。
I think you figured that part out.
シュウ先輩にとってはそれが思い出の味なのでしょうか。
Pretty much. I always feel warm and cozy after eating them. It's the type of food that invokes memories of home-cooked meals. Yeah, but you don't have those memories, do you? Because you have amnesia. So, how did you know that the cabbage roll that you just ate tasted different from how you normally have cabbage rolls? So far, I've been relying on spoken words to trigger my forgotten memories, but maybe eating this roll will help in some way. Well, it already helped apparently, considering that you figured out that in the outside world, the way you eat cabbage rolls is different from in here.
外じゃもしかしたらもっととんでもないものをロールしているのかもしれん。
例えば？
キャベツの芯とか。
No. Isn't that what we usually eat? The fine line between common sense and lack thereof. I'll have to pay closer attention to the food I eat here. The 12th of May. I mean, the 5th of December.
クルッククルック。ただいま12月5日水曜日7時31分。
That was a good sleep. Yeah, I got a real yawn in again. I feel as if my sleep's improved since I arrived here. Well, my sleep definitely hasn't. Or at least, it's far better than I remember. Maybe it's something in the air. I pulled back the curtain. to get a whiff of fresh air, a flashy golden ladder drops into view. The ladder's been there the entire time. There goes my peaceful morning. What if I just lifted this over the railing? I guess this means Kirie is awake already. I open my window and glance upwards. I know the ladder reaches Kirie's room.
おーいシュー起きたか
That's her voice.
悪いんだけど私の部屋からハンドクリーム取ってきてくれ
What? Your room? Where are you? It sounds like she's somewhere above me.
私の部屋だよシュウくん
I
聞こえるかな
I should have realized. Kotoha? Kirie did mention that she has a second ladder that reached Kotoha's room. Alright, give me a second. I have to get to Kirie's room for her hand lotion. This is kind of terrifying. I can't help but feel like a common criminal as I scale the ladder from the 3rd floor to the 4th. Finally.
Thank you なそこに置いといてくれ
3 CGs. Interesting, considering that last VOD didn't have any CGs, except for a flashback VOD, flashback CG. Sure. And then meanwhile, in Love Sweet Garnish, after 3 fucking hours, CL didn't have any CGs. Fucking... I arrived to find Kirie brushing Kotoha's hair.
いらっしゃいシュウくん散らかっててすまないね
It looks fine to me. Besides, I'm the one barging in uninvited.
ことねもうちょっとこっち傾けて
Also, Kotoha's got white streaks of hair. Well, actually, Kirie's got it too. I thought it was just the lighting thing, right? But you can see there is a clear hair that is just white. That isn't due to lighting. I'd never expected this kind of development, and yet the two of them look so perfect together. Do you two always do this?
ことねは朝弱いからな私が起こさにゃどうにもならん
Getting old. Hang on, I heard...
ことねは朝弱いからな私が起こさにゃどうにもならん
Okay, hang on. I need a... No, not...
ことねもうちょっとこっち傾けて
She says Kotone.
いつも感謝してるよキリエ
Also, Yeah, okay. It's fine. That's fine then.
寝るなこら
Unless I skip past more than just... Hang on. Yeah, okay. No. It seems as if Kirie is unbothered by the supposedly daily chore of climbing up to Kirie's room. Climbing up to Kotoha's room and brushing her hair. It seems like a normal morning affair for the two of them. a perfectly innocent snapshot of time in time. Look like sisters.
ことねだからね。
普通姉が世話を焼いてくれるもんじゃねえかな。
Yeah. So the text is meant to be koto, right? Because they don't have honorifics here because the translators actually, you know, realize that having honorifics in an English text is weird. But they still say they instead have they accidentally put kotoha instead. But then again they just said that they also just said Kyrie is unbothered by the daily chore of climbing up to Kyrie's room. So like there may not be any honorifics, but there also aren't any proofreaders. I can't help but chuckle seeing their roles reversed from how they usually act during the day. Makes sense why Kotoha always seems to trust Kyrie so much.
シュウはいつも逆立ちして寝てるんだろ。
What? I'm not some sort of human jack-in-the-box.
たまにシュウの部屋から目覚まし聞こえるけど、いつも7時半くらいに起きてるよな。
How do you hear his alarm clock? It is so quiet. That's right. You really are a morning person.
別に普通だと思うけどな。7時になったら勝手に起きるだろ。
それはキリエだけだよ。
Like, my alarm clock's so fucking loud, I swear I'm gonna go deaf listening to it. Bro, my alarm clock scares me awake. Kyrie is her usual self, but Kotoha seems far calmer and more laid back than usual. I guess that means Kotoha feels safe enough around Kyrie to let her guard down.
昨日はよく眠れた？シュウくん。
Oh, yeah. I had a great night's sleep, unlike me, as always.
それはよかった。風邪もひいていないようだし。
I suddenly remember something awful. What do you mean? I'd completely forgotten about getting... My brother in Christ... What? I'd completely forgotten about getting stripped naked yesterday. So, you know, the scene that you were talking about, they skipped over it because, well, I don't think they would have been able to implement it into the all ages version without essentially just blacking out the screen entirely. Right? That's why
デッサンの協力よろしくね。
that's why they used that CG and not what would have actually been the CG. Right? Because I've seen the actual CG when I have to look for the thumbnails. When I had to look for the thumbnails for the game, right? I meant for the CGs in the game for my thumbnails. Jesus Christ, I've said thumbnails too many times. I've obviously seen the CG that was meant to be there.
ん？なんだ、そんなことしてたのか。
たまにね。
Yeah, sometimes. She has a way of talking me into things. Just like Kyrie has a way of talking you into things. But I'll look extra suspicious if I turn her down in front of Kyrie. I hate that soft smile of hers. As if she can see right through me.
そういやよことね、昨日の聞いた？ああ、聞いたよ。クレープ屋さんのトッピングが無料だってね。ありゃ行くっきゃねえよ。
Noticing my puzzled look, Kotaha casually pulls me into their conversation.
ごめんごめん。シュウ君には何の話かわからないよね。
Yeah, what's a crepe? Oh,
昨日のラジオだよ。聞いてねえのか？
radio? You have those here? Yet another surprise. They don't have televisions, but they have radios. I assumed electronics simply didn't exist here. This only deepens the town's mystique.
毎週火曜日の10時からオーロラナイトという番組をやっていて、私とキリエはいつも聞いてるんだ。
Layla? Who? Oh, sounds neat.
私たちがなんてもんじゃないからな。オーロラナイトは多分ほとんどの生徒が聞いてると思うぜ。
It's a popular broadcast, huh?
オーロラナイトは番組の中で毎週一つのお店を紹介してくれるんだけど、紹介された店でオーロラナイトを聞いたって言えば割引してくれたりすんだ。
Radio. Oh, right. Yeah, she's seventh best. Makes sense. That explains why she mentioned the free crepe toppings.
普通にラジオとしても面白いから、シュウもリスナーになろうぜ。
Every Tuesday night, huh? So next week. Oh, but I don't have a radio in my room.
先生に言えばもらえるよ。後で私が手配しておくね。
They just hand them out?
小さいやつだけどね。
I'm just grateful it doesn't cost money. As that thought crosses my mind, Kyrie puts the comb aside, having finally finished.
終わりな。ハンドクリーム塗るから手出して。ありがとう。
She sleepily extends her hands, and Kyrie dutifully applies cream to her skin. Thus, she even moisturizes her skin. That friendship is really heartwarming.
ついでに爪も切ってほしい。甘えんな。自分でやれ。はーい。
Yeah, moisturize your own skin as well. It's hard to tell who's the older sister here. Sleepy Kotaha appears so much younger than usual.
よし。じゃあ週の用意終わったら食堂行こうぜ。
Sure. A part of me feels proud they let me see their secret side to their friendship. Yeah. Usually this is something you'd see only in, like, the route, right? Or either Kirie's or Kotaha's route, not the common route. Wednesday, December 5th. For some reason, we're in an actual classroom instead of the atelier.
キリエさん、映写機の準備はできましたか？
バッチリだ。
今日は映像の授業ですので、皆さんで映画を鑑賞し、演出や技法を学びましょう。
Finally, film class. I've got experience with film class. Not with film, but, you know, I didn't realize we had a class like this.
映像は水曜日に2時間だね。キリエはいつも楽しみにしてるけど。
What was first period? Of course. It seemed more fun than messing with paintbrushes. The school seems to be made of people who hate studying. Aside from the higher than average artistic expertise, the school is set apart from others by its lack of proper classroom settings. What movie are we watching today?
3days 主が卓形に処されてから復活するまでの3日間を描いた作品のようです。
Of course you are. Sure. Not like movies are supposed to be entertaining or anything.
では電気を消してください。
With that, the film starts. Oh,
いかがでしたでしょうか。
oh, the movie's over. There was the movie. That was a great movie. I loved every moment of it. You know, the part where he died, and then my favorite part was when he came back alive. That was a twist I never expected. The movie is over. I feel I'm in no position to judge a film's merit, but I definitely dozed off for a minute there.
全編白黒なんですね。
10年ほど前に撮られたものと聞いています。演者も監督もこの学校の卒業生ですよ。
Is that so? Now I understand why the background seemed so familiar. It was filmed here.
同じ映画監督としてキリエさん、どう思われましたか？
Here is gonna be like, there wasn't enough explosions.
爆発シーンがなくて地味だと思いました。
What did I tell you? I know Kyrie.
爆発の必要があったとは思えませんが。
Is that really all she has to say?
似たようなアングルが多かったかなと思いました。
そうですね。距離も角度も同じようなシーンが連続して変わり映えのない場面がありましたね。
I see. But they took shortcuts is what you're telling me. Class seems to be about analyzing film technique. It gives non-experts like myself an opportunity to learn about film as an art form. Oh. The story seemed pretty dry to me.
それは確かにそうですが、映画といっても必ず盛り上がりを必要とするわけではありませんからね。
You sure about that? Isn't that the entire point of a movie?
一つの映像作品として見て、テーマは十分に表現できていたかと思います。
Well, yeah, but there's no point in having a theme to the movie if you fall asleep halfway through it and miss the entire point of it. Without a theater in town, there's no basis for viewing movies as merely a form of entertainment. I feel as if I'm the only one here who holds that opinion on film, while everyone else simply sees it as another art form. Except Kyrie, who sees it as a good movie has explosions and a bad movie doesn't.
爆発があれば盛り上がるのにな。
You're right. But it wouldn't be a good movie if it had explosions either.
そんな安直なものじゃないでしょう。
That reminds me of Guido's infamous film. This film sounded so different from what I'm used to, that it changed my entire perception of what films can be. What are you used to? The only films you watched are Kyrie's and that one. You shouldn't be... What movies do you remember from before you lost your memories? With that said, does Kyrie have any sort of theme of for her films? Yeah. If they don't have explosions in them, they ain't her film. Considering her almost obsessive interest in explosions, I'd really love to know. Whew. Finally, school's over for the day. It's the time of the day when everyone delves into their personal projects, and for me to decide what to do. I could wander around and see what everyone's working on, or I know Kyrie still wants me to help her out. Or I can shoot my own content with my own camera. I wander over to the chapel to check on Yune, who's hard at work practicing her a cappella performance. Up here? Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I was not expecting 3 CGs. I have work, right? Yes, I know. But thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for lurking. If you enjoyed it, follow me, appreciate it. And if you want to support me even further, you could always subscribe. But yeah. This was an interesting episode. This was an interesting stream, I guess you could say. Dragonar Academy, yes, I will remember. Stuff happened, and a lot of interesting things happened, and yeah. Thanks for the hydrate. Anyway, thanks for the stretch. Anyway, next stream will be Monday, and on that stream I will be playing my Tetsu. So look forward to that, I guess. But yeah. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye bye.